Hello, and welcome back to Wild Sanative. I'm grateful you chose to spend a little time with me today. Thank you for being here. In the last episode, we spoke about the hidden patterns that shape our thoughts. We looked at the branches of the inner tree, the beliefs, the reactions, and protective habits that can grow over time. And today we're going to go deeper. We're moving beneath the branches, beneath the thoughts, and beneath the patterns we can easily see. We are going to the roots because every branch begins somewhere. Every repeated thought, emotional reaction, and protective behavior has a deeper origin. And when we begin to understand those roots with compassion, we can stop judging the tree for how it learned to grow. Roots are hidden. They develop beneath the surface, often long before anyone notices what is happening above the ground. And in the same way, many of the patterns we carry began before we had the words to explain them. A child may learn to stay quiet because speaking feels unsafe. A child may learn to please others because approval feels connected to belonging. And a child may learn to stay alert because the environment feels unpredictable. A child may learn to hide emotion because their feelings seem too much for the people around them. These responses do not begin as flaws. They begin as attempts to adapt. They begin as ways to find safety, connection, or control in situations that may have felt confusing or overwhelming. And over time, these adaptations can become roots. And from those roots, certain beliefs may begin to grow. I have to be careful. I have to keep everyone happy. I cannot depend on anyone. And my feelings are a burden. I must stay in control. I am not safe unless I know what will happen. And at first, these beliefs may help us make sense of what we are experiencing, but as we grow older, the world may change while the roots remain the same. The danger may pass, but the body may still prepare for it. The relationship may be different, but the old fear can still rise. The moment we may feel safe, but the mind may still expect rejection, conflict, abandonment, disappointment. This is why healing can feel confusing. We may know logically that something is different, yet still feel ourselves reacting in the same old way. The branch is responding to the root. A person may understand that one disagreement doesn't mean a relationship is ending, yet still feel panic during conflict. A person may know that they are capable, yet still freeze when they are asked to speak. A person may deeply want connection, yet pull away the moment closeness begins to feel real. The reaction may seem too strong for the present moment, but often it's not only responding to the present moment, it's also responding to the root beneath it. And this is why simply telling ourselves to stop overthinking, calm down, trust more, or let go is rarely enough. We cannot shame a root into releasing. We cannot force an old pattern to disappear just because we now understand it intellectually. Roots require care, patience, they require safety, and most of all, they require honesty. And when we begin by noticing what situation seems to activate the same response in me, what am I afraid will happen? What do I believe I must do to stay safe, accepted, or in control? What feelings appear beneath the thought? These questions are not meant to pull us into the past or make us search for someone else to blame. They help us listen more closely to what the pattern is trying to protect. Sometimes the root is connected to a clear memory. Other times it is connected to many small experiences that repeated over time. A look at disappointment, a home where feelings were ignored, a relationship where trust was broken, a season of life where we had to become strong too quickly, a pattern of being misunderstood, a repeated message who we were was not enough. Roots do not always grow from one dramatic event. Sometimes they grow quietly through repetition, and because they are hidden, we may judge the visible behavior without understanding what lies beneath it. We may call ourselves too sensitive, too controlling, too distant, too needy, too guarded, but beneath those labels may be a part of us that learned to survive through protection. Perhaps years ago those branches helped us survive. The child who learned to stay quiet may have been trying to avoid conflict. The person who learned to control everything may have been searching for safety in an unpredictable world. The one who struggles to trust may have been hurt too many times to believe trust was possible. Even our unhealthy branches often began as attempts to protect something tender within us. And when we recognize this, compassion naturally begins to replace shame. We stop asking, "What is wrong with me?" And we begin asking, "What happened that taught us this branch? What happened that taught this branch to grow?" A little tongue-tied there, sorry. That simple shift changes the way we see ourselves. It doesn't mean every behavior should continue. Compassion is not the same as permission. Understanding the root does not mean we avoid responsibility for the branches. It means we approach change with enough care that the real healing can occur. We say, "This pattern may have protected me once, but I can no longer want it to let it leave my life. This reaction makes sense, but it does not have to make every decision for me. This belief may have informed pain, but I can begin creating a different experience now." This is where healing becomes active, not through rejection, but through a new relationship with ourselves. We begin giving the root what it may not have received before: safety, reassurance, boundaries, choice, consistency, rest, truth. Sometimes the root learned that love required self-abandonment. Healing may look like choosing a boundary, but sometimes the root learned that mistakes were dangerous. Healing may look like allowing yourself to be imperfect without punishment, and sometimes the root learned that no one would come. Healing may look like learning to ask for support, and sometimes the root learned that emotions had to be hidden. Healing may look like staying present with one honest feeling at a time. The goal is not to dig everything at once. The tree does not heal because its roots are violently exposed. It heals when the soil around them becomes more supportive. The same is true for us. We do not need to force every memory to the surface. We do not need to understand every detail before change can begin, and we can begin by creating better conditions in the present. One slower breath, one honest boundary, one moment of self-compassion, one pause before reacting, one choice that is different from the old pattern. These small moments matter because roots respond to consistency. Each time we respond differently, we offer the nervous system new information. Each time we remain present instead of abandoning ourselves, we build trust. And each time we choose care over criticism, we soften the soil. Each time we recognize that present is not the past, we give the root a chance to grow in a new direction. And this doesn't happen perfectly. Old patterns will still pop up and appear. There may be days when the branch reacts before we can stop it. There may be moments when we feel fear stronger than awareness. And that does not mean the healing has failed. It means the root is still learning. Growth is not proven by never being triggered again. Sometimes growth is noticing the triggers sooner, recovering more gently, speaking more honestly, and choosing a different response after the old one begins. Returning to yourself more quickly. Healing is often less dramatic than we expect. It may not feel like becoming an entirely new person. It could feel like you're becoming less afraid to be who you really are. It could feel like you're no longer organizing your life around an old wound, or it could feel like having enough space inside yourself to choose rather than to react. And over time, the branches begin to change. Thoughts become less harsh, reactions become less immediate, and boundaries become clear. Relationships become more honest, and the tree begins to grow differently because these roots are receiving something new. So as you move through this week, notice one repeating branch, a thought, a fear, a reaction, a behavior that seems to return again and again. And instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" take a moment to pause and ask, "What happened that taught this root to grow?" Then take a slow breath in and place your hand over your heart or your abdomen and remind yourself, "This pattern may have protected me once, but I am allowed to choose differently now." You don't have to condemn the root, and you don't have to force it to disappear. You can meet it with awareness, and you can offer it safety. You can give it nourishment. And just as a tree can grow new branches throughout its life, so can you. Healing is not about becoming someone else. It's about allowing what has always been healthy within you to receive enough light, nourishment, and care that it can begin growing again. The work is not to condemn the tree. The work is to care for it, one root at a time. Thank you for spending a little time with me today. And until next time, be gentle with what you uncover. Remain curious about what lies beneath the surface. And remember, your roots may help you explain how you learn to grow, but they do not have to decide the direction you grow next.